Mr. Bracey, you may begin.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman and members of the committee. I'm relieved that this is, I believe, the last bill that I will be speaking to you about this evening. I thank you for this last opportunity to present testimony in opposition to House Bill 7890. Very briefly, like an earlier bill, this bill has nothing whatsoever to do with the legality of abortion nor the conditions under which an abortion may be legally performed. Rather, this bill, once again, is all about taxpayer funding for abortion. In this case, for abortion on demand, elective abortion with no conditions, purely at the discretion of the woman, taxpayers would pay, period. In short, this bill is yet another guaranteed revenue stream for abortion providers, the largest of which in the nation being Planned Parenthood. Once again, we believe that $500 million is already more than enough taxpayer dollars for this abortion industry giant, and we oppose this bill.
Thank you, Mr. Bracey. Questions from the committee? There being none, Rick Harris.
Hi, my name is Rick Harris, Executive Director of the National Association of Social Workers Rhode Island Chapter. Our national organization does have positions on abortion and other reproductive rights issues. This book right here, put together by over 150,000 professional social workers in the country. I'll read a little bit from there in a minute. I would also like to remind the purpose of this bill, as stated, is including victims of rape and incest for a purpose of abortion is determined exclusively by a pregnant woman and physician of her choice to be necessary to ameliorate a condition that is deleterious to the pregnant woman's physical and or psychological health. So there are stated reasons for abortion. I'd also like to point out that it was mentioned earlier there are 17 states in which state funding is used for poor women who need an abortion. They are Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Vermont, Washington, and West Virginia. At the bottom of this argument is really a values-based argument. We believe it's a social and economic justice issue. We believe that public funding should be used to help women out who have a needed procedure, health that's legal according to the United States here. As a basic human right, all women should have access, regardless of ability to pay, to all reproductive health care services based on their decisions about their own bodies. To ensure access, we must include public funding for low-income women for all reproductive health care needs, including abortion. From our national policy statement, there's two sections. By the way, my testimony has comments on all the bills, but of course I'm not addressing those in this particular session. We have the principles behind a couple of them that I'll highlight. Our decision to support bills like this is the NASW position concerning family planning, abortion, and other reproductive health services is based on the bedrock principles of self-determination, human rights, and social justice. Every individual within the context of his or her value system must have access to family planning, abortion, and other reproductive services. I'm skipping down a bunch of bullets here. Public policies and legislation, nationally and internationally, must support a woman's authority over her own sexual life and reproductive capacity, free from coercion, violence, and discrimination. Concerning access, this also supports our position. A woman's right to obtain an abortion performed according to accepted medical standards and in an environment free of harassment or threat for both patients and providers. Reproductive health services include abortion services that are confidential, available at a reasonable cost, and is covered through public and private health insurance on par with other kinds of health services. So that's the reasoning, at least partially, of why we support this particular piece of legislation. We ask that you support it.